Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Warzone Jones coming right back at you with an MMA related topic video. UFC 187 was a really good night of fights, especially the main event fights, which is probably the fights that, well, not probably, will be the fights that I will be mainly reviewing. I will be giving some of the other fights some mention. The main event fights, we had two world title fights, a middleweight fight and a light heavyweight fight. Of course, between the light heavyweight fight was Anthony Rumble Johnson versus Daniel Cormier, and the middleweight fight was none other than Vitor Belfort versus none other than what they call him, Captain America or the All-American Chris Weidman. So these were really good fights that are must see if you are a big time UFC fan, if you ask me. So let's start off with the middleweight fight first. It was a pretty damn good fight. I was picking none other than, of course, Vitor Belfort. I wanted to see Vitor finally get his title because Vitor has been fighting and clawing his way to the top really ever since he was in the UFC. Like, he doesn't give up, man. Like, he's been trying to get titles, light heavyweight title shot. He got one but didn't get it. He got a middleweight championship title match before against Anderson Silva but didn't get it. And he got another middleweight title shot, and unfortunately he didn't get it. Oh man, I just wanted to see him get it. I really did. Chris Weidman was able to basically do his thing, his wrestling thing, and get him down to the ground and basically finish him with a ground and pound. So Vitor Belfort loses again. I don't know what Vitor goes from here. Vitor Belfort isn't really that young, let's be honest. What, he's like 35, 36, maybe 37, somewhere close to his late 30s. Where does he go from here? But there's no doubt where Chris Weidman goes from here. He's the number one guy. They say he was like the third pound for pound best fighter in the UFC. And I've underestimated Chris Weidman a long time ago. People just need to stop underestimating Chris Weidman because the reality is he's one of the better elite fighters in the whole damn sport. So Chris Weidman is a great fighter, and it's time for us to start giving him his props on how great of a fighter he really is. He said it himself, stop underestimating me. He really did say that, and people should stop. I know I stopped. Trust me, I stopped a while ago. So, next was the light heavyweight championship fight between Anthony Rumble Johnson versus, of course, Daniel Cormier. This fight was so damn important. I was ready for it. I was waiting for it because I wanted to see who was going to get this light heavyweight championship. It's for the title that John Jones was stripped for. So we all wanted to see who was going to get this title. Of course, it's a great matchup, and it delivered. This fight really, really, really delivered. So if you're going to get this pay-per-view for any fight, it most definitely should be this one because this one was the best fight of the night in my opinion. Anthony Rumble Johnson, man, he comes out storming out, giving haymaker punches right to Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier took that shot and he went straight down, but guess what? He got right back up because I'm telling you right now, like I thought the fight was over. When he got hit, as soon as Daniel Cormier got hit by Anthony Johnson, I thought the fight was almost over because like I marked out a little bit. I'm like, oh, like that. I marked out a little bit. But, Daniel Cormier is a great fighter. He can take a shot. And, Daniel Cormier, the way we all know Daniel Cormier is a great wrestler. But he wasn't able to really dominate him with his wrestling. It's probably like he wanted to. Yes, he basically did his thing with wrestling, and he kind of needed to because I don't think he probably can't really stand up with Anthony Rumble Johnson like that. That man got a ton of power. Daniel Cormier was able to pick him up and slam him a little bit. It wasn't a big slam. It wasn't a devastating slam. He almost dropped him. But Daniel Cormier did pick up Anthony Rumble Johnson, in the second round especially. Like, he controlled him through that second round. But, he didn't really get dominated too badly as far as when it comes to wrestling. The last guy who I seen Daniel Cormier really dominate with wrestling was Dan Henderson. But Anthony Rumble Johnson was able to defend off some of Daniel Cormier's wrestling. Not all of it, of course, but some of it. Because at a certain point in the fight, Anthony Rumble Johnson couldn't really do nothing, man. It looked like to me like he probably was tired. And I believe it was the third round. the third round, Daniel Cormier was able to finish Anthony Rumble Johnson. He got him down to the ground and he got him with a rear naked choke. So Daniel Cormier is the new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. Again, Daniel Cormier is the new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. Man, I was picking Anthony Rumble Johnson. He was my pick. I really wanted to see Anthony Rumble Johnson get this belt, but at the same time, I am just fine with Daniel Cormier winning because I am a fan of him too. So it looks like hopefully, maybe in the near future, we can get a light heavyweight title rematch between Jon Jones and Anthony Rumble Johnson. That's if Jon Jones gets his stuff together. Hell, after the fight, when Daniel Cormier won, he has said, hey, Jon Jones, get your shit together so we can do it again. So, looks like we got a potential fight in the future between those two. But as for right now, we really don't know because we don't really know what's going on with Jon Jones. So, UFC 187 was a pretty damn good fight. Pretty damn good night of fights, really, I should say. And Andre Arlovski, he knocks out Travis Brown. So Arlovski, he look like he's making a pretty good comeback himself in the heavyweight division. So, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'm out. Deuces.